Alrighty there. What's up, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we're live. I'm going to be looking down because I'm back at my in-laws' house today. For those of you who might have missed those videos, those sessions, whenever I was doing videos here, I'm in their garage. It's the only place that I can be loud. I can talk a little bit, and I'm not going to disturb anybody. So we're here for a couple days. My grandparents are actually in town in my hometown where I am now. My hometown, my in-laws live here, my parents live here, my grandparents are visiting. You know, it's just all the families getting together. So brought my family up here to just be part of that. But we're going to be talking about some various things on crypto. I'm gonna play some music here, just some classical music. Nothing fancy, just something to get the blood flowing. You know, let people roll in. I don't know if anybody's in right now, but I did share the link on Discord. We're going to play, energetic classical music. Da-da-dun, 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 dun-dun. Let's see, here we go. I don't know how loud it's going to be, so hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about various other things. You guys, normally on a day like today, I would do requests. We've been traveling all day to get here. Not all day, but we've been getting things set up and then driving. And really, this is like the first bit of relaxation that I've had all day. So I haven't had time to get to the comments, unfortunately. So instead of doing requests today, that's why I'm doing a live stream where I would normally do requests today. I will be doing requests tomorrow, but of course, also we're going to do requests in the live stream as well. I hope that music volume is fine. I'm looking at it now. It looks fine. You might not even be able to hear it, but hopefully it's fine. I'm going to check the comments here in just a second. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat right now. Let me just get. Let's see here. Hold up. Here we go. It looks like we got 3 people in the live chat. All right. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Make yourself known. Say hi if you'd like to. If not, that's okay. We're going to get into some technical analysis right now. We're going to talk about, I've got XMR pulled up. Let's actually talk about Bitcoin. XMR was the last coin that I discussed. Looking at this daily here, looking at it so far. Yeah, it's been a little bit of time. Let's see, how long have I've been doing this? Oh, it's only a couple minutes in. All right, let's wait. Maybe let some more people roll in before we get started. But this does look nice, guys. This really does look nice. It reminds me of, like what we did back here, interacting with the screen line here. I don't think we're going to do the same exact maneuver. I mean, obviously, I think already it's a little bit different, but I do think overall for what this consolidation range is worth, I think we're over halfway through it. We might even be over 3/4 of the way through it. Any day now, any week now, we're going to see a nice move to the upside is my thoughts. Unless I was right in my previous assumptions before these recent moves up here like this, what I was saying about a month and a half ago, which is that we could be consolidating until July or August. We might not break all-time highs until August like that. We really could be consolidating and moving sideways for that long, but I don't think we're going to. I think with the Ethereum ETF getting approved, I think there is going to be some upside across the crypto space here pretty soon. Got a little bit more people rolling in. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Mr. Full, we'll talk about Fyro. You guys, I didn't bring my notepad. I did not bring my notepad. This is going to be an issue. Do I have any pens or papers? I don't know how I'm going to cater to the request. I'm just going to have to do it based off of what I see in the comments. But we'll talk about Fyro for Mr. Full. It's good to see you, Mr. Full. Mr. Full's been here for a while, man. Probably since I had less than 200 subscribers, or at least around. I know before I had probably 500 subscribers. But I think you've been around since before 200 even. I don't know. It's crazy, you guys. I was talking to my wife about this today. At about 6,700 subscribers right now, and this time last year I don't even think I had 100. So I'm grateful for everybody. Thank you so much for the constant support and just all the new people that have been showing up, hitting that subscribe button. I really do appreciate you guys. Can I talk about Jasmy? Yes, Julio Pina. I will talk about Jasmy as well. Did you have your piss bottle and Oh, it's not going to be that long, bro. It's not going to be that long. I took care of some of that business right before I got started, just as a preemptive strike. For me, it's 9:43 over here, so I'm probably going to cut this off at around like 11:30 my time, so less than 2 hours from now. But I say that we'll run it for 2 hours or less, and then it goes for like 2.5 hours normally. So we'll see. I think that's enough though. We've been BSing for a little bit. Let's actually get into the TA here, and then I'll do the little daily stuff, weekly stuff with Bitcoin, and then I'll go over some requests, talk about Bitcoin Cash too, some of the other things that I'm interested in. I do want to check Jesus real quick. See, this is the benefits about me being the one in charge here. I can just venture off to whichever cryptos I'm curious about real quick. Pajamas just being a laggard. You guys, I really do think Pajamas is gonna do well in a second, but this is that phase where you gotta kind of just have faith, just hold through it, wait for it. It will come. It's just being boring right now, but I don't know. Not financial advice. You do what you want. It is just a meme coin after all. But for anybody looking to invest in Pajamas, if this is your first time hearing about it, I would highly recommend going to x.com and checking out Stephen Chen's channel page and the first YouTube Cat Pajamas page. Both of those, just to like see if it's the right project for you. If what they say about it doesn't hype you up, then maybe it's not for you. But I want to look at Bitcoin Cash real quick too, just because this is, like I said, guys, this is my kind of like first time being able to relax, actually looking at the screens here today. It's been a very busy day. Ethereum, what are you at, Ethereum? I think Ethereum's about to erupt, you guys. I think this is just like the calm before furthering the storm here. We're about to see a mimicked move like that. I think we're going to move deep into that $4,000 territory. That's going to cause quite the stir for altcoins. Let's get back to Bitcoin though. We'll get this party started. Oh man, the music's still on. You from Utah? Are you in the exact time? Hey, Mr. Fool, I am less than a 4-hour drive from Utah right now, man. I'm less than a 4-hour. I'm in Steamboat Springs right now, and that I want to say it's like less than a 4-hour drive. It might be a 3-hour drive to Dinosaur, and I know Dinosaur splits Utah and Colorado. So I'm on like if this was Colorado, I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me see if I can pull it up for myself. This right here, the top left. I don't know what orientation. For me, that's the top left. We're in like the top left corner. That's not why I have the square. I mean, it kind of works. This is a square where Colorado's not a perfect square, but enough. That's how I describe my hometown. I'm like Colorado, top left. That's where I'm at. But that's not where I live now. I actually live in Denver. I live on the other side of that. But let's see. Hold on. We will do Jasmy, Cordy. I promise. Where are you at, though? If you're in the same time zone, Mr. Fool, you got to be... I think Salt Lake City is still in the same area. Are you in Salt Lake City, or are you in a smaller town? I know some places in Utah. Are you anywhere near Flaming Gorge? I love Flaming Gorge, man. It's beautiful. What's going on, Spyros, Kozaris? How you doing? Everything's good, man. I hope all's well with you, too. Coinbase stock, Jacob, Virgil, absolutely. We'll do this right after I get done with these introductions and do some of these cryptos here. So, and on the negative side, actually I do have some water. Hopefully my voice won't get too raspy. It gets raspy when I talk, you guys. Looking at the daily on Bitcoin, I really like this structure. I really like this as a low. I don't think that we're going to go lower. Even if we do what I had called for a month ago, but I'm not really expecting at this moment. But if we just kind of stay in this range and consolidate for the months to come, yes, like literally until like August, September, like we could consolidate for a while. When I'm talking about this, I always like to compare this range back here to just show that Bitcoin can remain range bound for a long time, right? Let's just say it was here. I'm going to take the magnet off so I can get this right. I'm lining up the top with these points of resistance here, okay? And then the beginning of this consolidation. I think it's fair. We moved up into it. We've been consolidating this whole time since about here. So at the top, at the beginning, roughly, there we are. And then do it like that, right? Oops, that's a little bit low. Something like that, right? That's how long we consolidated for in the very beginnings of this bull market, right? Now we're all the way back here. Assuming that we could consolidate in a narrow range basically the exact same height, right? If we were to put it at the beginning that we've been in this range right here, right? This range is a little bit bigger. I mean, that would put us out until September, October. We could totally, you guys, we could consolidate for a very long time in this exact range, right? We just saw it. We've done it before already this cycle. So could we consolidate for a long time and just bore everybody out? Sure, that can happen. Will the market be in jeopardy? No, I think we will just see an explosive move afterwards. But I'm not anticipating this personally. I'm just going over that as like a possibility. If we were to consolidate for a long time, I doubt it would last until October. I kind of even doubt it would be September. I would think sometime in August or July. But personally, I'm assuming that this month of June, we're going to see new all-time highs. I'm assuming that by the end of this month, we're going to be above 80K. And I'll go over why I'm assuming that. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you're just joining in. I appreciate everybody for being here. Shout out to everyone who's in here. 23 of you guys. What's up, T Carter? How are you doing, bro? Let's go. ADA, XML, XCN, and Flare. T Carter, and for everybody watching this, just want to let you know, because it is a live stream. Everybody's going to have requests. I mean, maybe not everybody, but a lot of you will. If you could keep it to one request at a time, that'd probably be good. You know, that way it's not just a bunch being thrown at me, because then if one person does 3, the next person does 6, the next person does 12, the next person gives me a list of their portfolio and wants me, you know what I mean? We're going to be here not long enough. So what's up, Fanta? How you doing? Poor bastard kicked out of the house. Yeah, man. I just, you know, that's what you get. That's what I get for leaving the laundry in the washing machine overnight. No, I don't know. No, I don't know what I did, man. That's no. I'm not kicked out, you guys. That's a joke. I'm at my wife's parents' house right now with my wife. We're all here, just having a little get together with the family, essentially. All good. Hell yeah, T Carter. Appreciate you, bro. I had a friend named Carter in high school. We called him C Money. He had the money shots, bro. All right, bouncing off the 50 here on Bitcoin, looking very productive on the daily RSI. It does look like we're about to see that next leg up. If we do get that next leg up, if this goes into the overbought zone, what I'm thinking it's going to do, right, is move into the overbought zone here. The way that it looks, it kind of looks like we have this nice little like path up, right? I think this next move will take us into the overbought zone. And with a move into the overbought zone, that's generally where you see strength, right? Overbought zone here, strong move. You're moving up this whole time, consolidating, right? Constraining yourself, getting tighter and tighter. When you got to the overbought zone, that's when you broke out. When you got to the overbought zone over here, that's when you saw the strength of this move really come in. So I'm thinking right now we're in that boring phase, right? Before the overbought zone comes, the strength of this move comes to play. The way that it looks here is like a symmetrical triangle, maybe a descending triangle, whatever. But it looks like you broke this kind of consolidation phase here, moved up, you're consolidating again, a little consolidation, you're getting ready to break out. I would expect that the breakout move would be bigger than this move here, because you wouldn't just be breaking out of this small consolidation phase, you'd be breaking out of the whole zone itself. And if we break out of the whole zone itself, what we can look for are fib extensions based off of the zone high to the zone low. And the minimum extension is right there at $79,400, and I would expect that we actually break through that. We could tip it, the 1272, not all fibs. Okay, but before I say this next part, I just want to say these are just lines. They do not have to be respected 100% perfectly, right? You can go through them. I respected it there. You can bounce anywhere. They don't have to be respected perfectly, but some lines are more prone to being tipped, or like very, very close to being tipped than others are, in my experience. The 618, the golden ratio, it's actually not as common to tip it. It's common enough. You'll see the 618 get tipped, but I'd say half the time, if not even potentially more than half the time, you go through the 618 just a little bit, and that's why I have the 6-9 here. For anybody that's ever wondering, why is there 6-9, 618, why do you identify that as the zone? I thought the 618 was the golden ratio. It's because oftentimes, look at that, right, like this high here, you go just a little bit through it, and then you'll pull back and find support on the 618 like you did here, but you might go a little bit through it, right? Some lines are more respected, is all I'm trying to say, and some lines are less respected. But that doesn't mean that they're always going to be less respected. It all depends. It's all circumstantial. Nobody knows the future. Generally speaking, getting to the main point now, the 1272 is generally a line that you do tip if you're to find resistance there. If not, you could go to the 1414. Sometimes the 1414 is respected pretty well. Sometimes you do go through it. And the 1618, I feel like, is one of those fibs that is often respected pretty well as well. So if you don't stop, all I'm trying to say is if we don't stop at 79.4K, I would assume we're going to go to at least 82.5K, if not beyond that. So it depends. We've been pretty productive. We've been respectful of this fib, rejecting the 50, coming back down to find support on the 236, broke through the 618 all the way up to your 886. By the way, that's the line that we need to break. When we break the 886, that's when we know it's on. And I already think it looks like it's on because we're consolidating here right above the 618. We're bouncing off. We have a double bounce here. The RSI looks good. I think we're primed and ready to go up to this 1272 and probably beyond that. I would expect at least a 79.4K price when we see this breakout, and I would expect it to happen within the next week to 2 weeks. Genuinely, I think that by the end of the first week in June, if not by the end of the second week in June, we're going to be above 80K, but at least to 79.4K, at least right below 80K, if not above it. And then potentially, I mean, it depends on what we do. We could, hover around here and then move up later. We could just go straight through it, come back, find support on it, and then continue to move up. Who knows how it goes? We could be above 90K by the end of this month, but I would expect sometime within the next week or so we're going to get this breakout move, and then within the next 2 weeks we'll be up in this extended zone. So that's Bitcoin there, just kind of a general idea of what to expect over the coming weeks. And the daily RSI looks bullish. The 4 hour looks bullish too. You got overbought, no problem. You can't even get oversold. You're like rejecting, right? This is the 40 line and below. Technically the 40 to the band. I think the 40 all the way down, this is the bearish area of control, right? And then this below the band is identified as the oversold zone, but it's still a bearish area of control. Look at how well you just rejected this zone. Yeah, sure, you went into it, but you didn't sustain readings in this area, right? As much as you were sustaining things below the 50, it was actually kind of a bullish look because you couldn't even get oversold, and you were hovering around the 50, not rejecting it so much. So neutral, but showing bullish signs right now. I think that your next move is going to come. This is the 4 hour, man. It's going to come today, tomorrow, like we're moving up. And if that happens, daily RSI starts to look good. Day by day, man, we're gonna be. I mean, who knows? Let's see how many days left do we have? It's a new week right now. By the end of this week, we could be at new all-time highs. And by the end of next week, we will probably be above 80K, if not by the end of this week. But I'm just repeating myself at this point, so let's move on from there. We're going to talk about Jasmy, right? That's the first request of the evening from Mr. Fool. I'm going to go over the comments right now. Blue Zell, yeah, Big Ben. We should talk about Blue Zell for sure. Momo, C-Zar, have you ever done TA on Swiftcoin? I have. I have done a couple TAs on Swiftcoin. We can go over it. I like Swiftcoin, man. It's one of those coins that I don't buy, and I lose sleep over it every time I don't buy it. I'm like, I should get some of this, but you know how that is, man. There's so many coins, there's so many prospects. You could even own some coins, and you're like, you just add more into that instead of branching out into new things. But no matter what, at the end of the day, all I'm trying to get to is no matter what you do with your purchases, you just can't be happy with it. There's going to be projects that they do better for a time, and then yours will start to take off. Like there's gonna be that moment, no matter how diversified you are, where you're gonna see those projects that you wanted to invest in but you didn't invest in, and they're gonna take off without you. Swiftcoin is gonna be one of those for me, probably, man. Unless I can muster up some cash to put in there, but I don't know, man. I feel like Swiftcoin. What's it? Dash? Is it Dash? Dash. It's not Dash. No, it's Digibyte. There's a couple others I can't think of. Covalent is one of those. Shout out to Stana for putting that on the radar. There's some other ones that I'm not thinking of now, but Orca, probably Jupiter. Some coins that I think will do well, but I'm probably just not going to invest in Shiba. Anyways, man. Enough of my opinions. Those are all just opinions, right? None of that's financial advice. Liesel. It is Liesel, right? Not Lessel. Yo, what's up? What do you think some of the early movers are if I was to do some rotations? And are you holding meme coins to the end of the cycle or selling at certain price points? With meme coins, do what you want. Not financial advice, do what you want. But with meme coins, I think the beauty of meme coins is they're boring. They don't do anything. And then one day you wake up and you're up 10x. Or 1 week it just goes up 10x. What I love about meme coins is when they do that, it's very obvious to sell. It might not be obvious if it's your first time or second time or even like your first like year or two doing it, you know, but with meme coins specifically, those pumps, those rallies, they are very intense, but they're not normally long-lived. And it might seem like a long time if it's happening week after week, but 2 weeks of moving up versus like 8 months of consolidating, it doesn't happen often. So what I love about meme coins is when they erupt, it's normally obvious when you should sell. If it's not obvious, that's because you're focusing on your emotions and you're not looking at the big picture, which is that meme coins don't move up in a straight line forever. They just move up in straight lines for a very small amount of time. So no, I don't think meme coins are worth holding all cycle. If there were any meme coins that'd be worth holding all cycle, I'd say Dogecoin or Shiba, maybe Floki, you know, some of the OG Doge memes, I think. Dogelon Mars, right? But all these new ones, it's hard to say if they're worth holding the cycle. You know, it really is hard to say. They might have one good initial pump and then just be nothing afterwards. Like it's really, really hard to say. This is a meme coin market right now. Not the whole market, but there's just a lot going on with meme coins. But what's not hard to say with meme coins is when to sell. It's definitely not something you should hold all cycle, not in my opinion. I think you should get in and get out when the going gets good. And it's very obvious when the going gets good. So anybody investing in meme coins, right? Because remember, we're doing all this to make money. And crypto, we get very community oriented, as we should, right? We're human beings, we're social, we interact with each other, but crypto has this way of making you fall in love with the project, dedicate yourself, you're like, it's like, I feel like I'm back in high school, middle school when it was like Team Edward, Team Jacob. It's like you're so like polarized on what crypto is yours. It's not yours. It's not your project. The people who developed it, they will dump on your ass if you don't get out at the right times, right? You got in the first place not to contribute to being dumped on, but to make money for yourself. So whenever it does pump, when it does those exciting things, get out. That's the whole point, right? You didn't invest in these meme coins to get a tattoo of it on your sleeve and preach it like it's the word of God for like the rest of your life, right? You got in it to make money, get out, and then utilize that in the real world or put it into real assets or put it into other cryptos, right? And that's what I plan on doing with these meme coins. So as far as rotation goes, Mr. Lee, so that's a in-depth question there. I don't think it's wise to rotate any coins throughout the market right now other than meme coins. I think if you look into a project, you're really certain about it, it's one of your biggest holdings, and you find out some things that aren't as good about it maybe, and something else is exciting about another project you hold, it's okay to rotate those a little bit. But I think, not financial advice, none of this is financial advice, this is literally how I do it, okay? And what I am doing right now is every purchase I make, other than meme coins, every purchase I make, I intend to hold. I'm not even thinking about selling. I don't care what the price does until the middle of next year and or later, probably later, right? It's a time-based thing. I don't care what the price does. We'll see what happens around April to October of next year. That's my thoughts. That's when I think we're going to be at the end of the cycle. Some coins top off earlier than others. I suppose it is important to pay attention, but what's up, MJ's Fusion? Good to see you. Good to see you. But I don't know. We'll come to that bridge whenever we're there. But at this point in time, I don't think it's a wise idea to sell any cryptos. We just had the halving happen like a month and a half ago. We're very early in the cycle still, guys. We've got the best part coming about us. So as far as rotating goes, I'm against it. But if it is meme coins, I think if you're in a meme coin and it's about to pop off, that's the way to do it, man. Wait for it to pop off, sell it, rotate those profits into something that actually you can hold for the end of the cycle. And I say that, watch your meme coin that you sell do better than anything you hold. That's how it happens sometimes, but it's a gamble. Not every meme coin is going to just grow consistently throughout the whole cycle, and not all of them won't either. There will be some that do, but you were also asking as far as early movers go. I don't know. My best thing, Mr. Liesel, if I could say anything as far as about early movers go, is I guess everybody, when you start to invest your money, right? If you're not that everybody's starting to, whenever you have cash on the side and you're looking to put extra cash in, right? I'm assuming some of us out there probably have some cash on the side. We're waiting to put it in coins or thinking about it, or maybe you'll have cash next Friday when you get paid, whatever, you know. When you have cash, you generally look for the project that you think is going to do the best in the shortest amount of time. My advice on that is, and it's not non-financial advice, but this is like literally, this is, if I had a friend who's getting into this is what I would tell him, is that if you put money into something that you assume is going to be an early mover that's going to do well first, and you have your eyes on like 10 projects, but you choose this one, right? And then that's the only one that doesn't move, and you see all these other ones move. Don't rotate your coins. Just wait, because things take turns. They take turns. So if you buy a coin assuming it's going to move first, but it moves third or it moves fifth out of a basket of coins that you hold, don't sell that for the one that pumped, right? Because then you miss the move. Wait for the move to come, and then once the move comes, rotate it into something that hasn't moved yet. Like if you want to rotate, but I don't think, if you rotate and you want to do it in a way that's like safe at this point in the cycle, I would say always rotate portions. Don't rotate like the whole amount. Keep a large portion in the coin that's providing profits. You could take a small portion in profits and rotate it into other coins that haven't topped off yet or haven't blown up yet. But that's all just personal opinion right there. And, you know, everybody does their own thing differently. Some people might say everything I said is completely not how they would do it, and they make money. As long as you're making money, it doesn't matter, right? You can disagree with how I would say about it, but no problem, bro. Yeah, we're all trying to learn, man. I don't care, Liesel. If you're in this 20 years from now and you're not trying to learn, I'm gonna judge you, bro, because we should all be trying to learn every day. I don't care if you're new. I don't care if you're old. We should all be trying to learn. I need to be better about learning more, man. I've kind of stopped my self-education. I need to get more into it. It's like the least homework that I've done in a crypto bull market. Watch out for airdrop scams. Yeah, bro. Watch out for it. LTCTA. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, no. So MJ's Fusion. I got a airdrop from Pajamas. It was a Pajamas coin. And they have a website called thefirstYouTubeCat.org, and it says it in their description so that you can type their thing up and then enter your information to get the airdrop. But that's not legit, you guys, right? Like if it was gonna airdrop you Pajamas coins, the Pajamas community, like there's ways to look it up, but it was this fake coin. It looked just like Pajamas, but obviously the price was different, and all it said on it was firstYouTubeCat.org, and it's like that's a scam. Be careful of things, you guys. Just because it says .org or .io doesn't mean it can't be a scam. How these things get you is either you put your information in, or you'll click a link, or you'll click something on there, and that'll open up a whole path of destruction. So just be careful of what you click on, and be careful of who you provide information to. This is a scamming space. It really is. It's a beautiful, vibrant space, man, full of tons of potential, but it is, the scams are rampant here, right? They can do it from behind closed doors without even seeing your face, right? There's no personal attachment to it except for the people getting affected whose money it is. But don't let them take your money, man. It's better to err on the side of caution. You guys, my wife, I'm getting off on a whole tangent here, but my wife got a text saying that somebody was trying to log into her Coinbase account from Seattle, and they said that they would be calling her soon to verify things. But I told her, and it said that this message was from Coinbase. So like, we'll call you soon to verify things. I'm like, that might be the scam. I'm like, can you log on to your Coinbase? Because it said that she's been locked out of her account. She pulled up her account. She's not locked out, right? She can open up her app. So all I'm saying is, if you get a text like that, that might be the scam in itself. They'll call you trying to be customer support. You guys, Coinbase's customer support, I've dealt with them personally. They take months to reach back to you. They're not going to text you and then call you in the same day. So just be aware of that. But if you get an exchange to call you, customer service, you've been locked out, they say they're going to call you, maybe it's real, maybe it's not, whatever. The best way to know is if it's an exchange, they don't need your information, right? To verify who you are, okay, they might have some verification steps to go through, but they don't need your information. They have all your information, right? Like don't be giving out your information to anybody, even if you think it's people who are helping you. Don't be giving your information out to anybody, because you never know. These scammers, most of them suck. They're not sophisticated at all, but the ones that make the most money are sophisticated, right? And they're not as common, but they do exist. Okay, I'm just I don't know, man. Sad state of affairs when prompt customer service. Yeah, no, seriously, that's I'm serious though, man. I've dealt, man. I hope none of you get locked out of your Coinbase account, because if you do, you won't have access to your funds for at least a month and a half, if not 2 months or longer. It's literally how it is. They have terrible customer service, terrible reaction time at least. We'll talk about XCN, Rashad Williams. People need to know what to look for on YouTube. YouTube scams, yeah. Yep. Yeah, be careful with YouTube scams too, man, yeah. Nobody ever in the history of anything ever will take... They're not going to do a special, a promotion, a deal, a celebration where it's like, you send me 1 Ethereum and I'll send you 2. That doesn't happen. If that's the most common scam in the space. If you have to send somebody money to make money, that's that Nigerian prince email, right? It's the same. That's not going to happen. If it seems too good to be true in this space, it probably is. Jam, I don't know what jam is, Rashad Williams. Like jelly, or is that a crypto? We can talk about jam or scam. I'm talking about scams, not jams. So the scammers might be jammers. I don't know, man. All right, Jasmy, let's get on with this, guys. We're BSing way too much. It's good though. Hit that like button, y'all. Breaking out, moving up, looking good. Overbought. You are around the area that you like to top off. Yes. You could go higher though. Let's look at the 4 hour for what it's worth. Yeah, you're getting a little bearish divergence. The volume is fine. Do you move up more? Or do you go down? I want to say you go up, man. One more time. One last little bit. Where are you going to go? I say a little bit, I mean it. Maybe not. Maybe not. That might have been it, I guess. Maybe you come up and do a double top. Maybe that's what it is. I think you'll come up in this overbought zone one more time. So maybe you come up and do a double top. You're at 3.5 cents. It's probably going to move down, probably. I would assume that you do check back at about 2.5 cents to 2.8 cents. You're at 3.5 cents now, so if it goes up a little bit, it'll probably come back down, and that's okay. That's very normal behavior, so it'll probably go down over the coming weeks. But yeah, Jasmy looks good. I'm sure this one will do well throughout the cycle. Yes, there's bearish divergence on your weekly RSI, but I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think it actually is. And even if it is, I mean, that move is only all the way back to 2.5 cents, which is a target area that we just identified. So that's totally fine. It's normal. It's healthy. Your weekly RSI looks phenomenal, even with this bearish divergence, right? I think it's fine. So I just think you literally tipped that 1618, right? And this is one of those fibs that I was saying it normally does get tipped pretty well, just like that, right? So I think at least 3.2 cents. You're at 3.5 right now, at least 3.2, but generally this 100 to the 886 area, around 2.5 to 2.8 cents. That's what I would look for. That's Jasmy. The next one that we were going to go over, what was it? Was it Coinbase stock for Jacob Virgil de Dios? Jacob Virgil of God is what that means, right? I have a buddy from, I don't know where in Mexico he is. I was going to say Chihuahua, but he's not. But when I was in high school, I learned that adios means to God. Like in Spanish, adios is goodbye, but is to, Dios is God. So you're actually saying to God. It's like adios is like go with God, or like it's actually like a religious adios. You just think goodbye, and it does mean goodbye, but like the actual translation of the words is like to God, or like go to God, or like whatever. He explained that to me. I'm like, what? I didn't know that. That's cool. It's kind of cool. Maybe it's cool. Maybe it's not. I don't know. The Spanish colonizers, when they came in, they were definitely very religious, right? We're talking about, what are we? We're talking about, oh my goodness, hold on. Yes, Coinbase. Coinbase Global. Daily RSI, rejecting the bullish area of control. That's not a good look, but you're holding above the 40. You're somewhat neutral. Your price is somewhat neutral. You just broke out. Yeah, you're probably moving up. You probably are. 618 rejection, back down to your 382, holding support here. Very common, very normal. If you do, This next attempt would probably send you through. You'll probably find resistance up here, perhaps move back down to your 618 and then move up, or perhaps you don't find resistance there and you just move up. Either way, I think you are on your way over the next month to 2 months, $313 to $357, somewhere in that zone, probably. When Coinbase moves, right, and we can assume that this bull cycle for Coinbase aligns very well with the bull cycle for crypto as a whole. You can see, right, since it found its low, this is its low phase, consolidation phase, low, lower low, end of the cycle, V bottom recovery, right? Kind of an even atom, actually. Very bullish bottom, very, very bullish bottom. It could be an inverse head and shoulders, however you want to look at it, whatever. But whenever it moves up, look at this, right? You can just see it. Phenomenal move up, phenomenal move up, phenomenal move up, phenomenal move up, right? Each time, it's great. I actually want to do this. Hold on. Hold up now. I'm going to try to be precise here with these moves. Just kind of measure them and get their, oh, damn it, get their trajectory as well. Right? Whatever. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's wonderful because I made it. Let's see. Something like that, right? Are all of these the same? Dude, look at how symmetrical. Okay, these ones are a little shorter. Or that one's a little shorter. They're all pretty damn close together, though. Right? They're all pretty damn close together. Let's put them all here. I mean, at the lowest, you've got a $435 target if you were to move similar, or potentially a $533. The earliest would be by the end of this month, potentially toward the beginning of August. So, I mean, if you move how you've been moving throughout this cycle so far, you might actually go further than I'm thinking you're going to go. Let's look at this relative high to low here. Hit your 1618, came back, right? Relative high to low, that's not the high. That was not the high. This is the high. Above your 1886 and went back. 1886 you normally do go a little bit above. That's one of those. The 100 though, when you come back and find support, it normally is a straight tip off it. If not, you go to the 886 and that's normally a straight tip. You might go a little bit below with the 886, but like this is a little bit above, but with the 886, when I say a little bit, I mean like a very small amount. Like, let me see if I can find an example. I don't know. Like just not as deep as that. It'd be like very, very shallow. Anyways, nice 1886. What about this one? Up, down. Can I get it? 1886 again. This seems to be a smaller phase of consolidation. Perhaps you go deeper, but I don't know. Yeah, I would say 357 to 456 sounds about right to me. And that could happen again as early as by the end of this month, if not sometime in the beginning of August or anywhere in between. So Coinbase looking good. I do think it's on its way up. If it moves down from here, I doubt it moves too much lower from here. In fact, I would actually anticipate tomorrow to be a green day. Time will tell, but I would anticipate tomorrow's a green day. So that's Coinbase. Now we're going to talk about, what else was it? I think it was Swiftcoin. No, T. Carter, you had a request. Oh, I didn't bring the guitar, Spiros. I didn't bring the guitar. We're going to talk about ADA because that was your first one, and I'm sure other people will request XCN as well. Oh, wait, dude. Did I forget Mr. Fool? We're going to talk about Fyro. I got to do Fyro. I'm sorry. We'll talk about ADA afterwards, but Mr. Fool requested Fyro. Yes. Okay. I did the wrong one because he requested Jasmy. In this case, you're getting two in there, but Fyro, it's in its accumulation phase. The safest thing that I could say, it's pretty easy, is we're just going to move sideways. We're going to be boring until we're not. The line that you want to watch to break for you to not be boring is at about $3. When you close above $3 on a week or multiple days basis, I would think then you are ready to move higher. And where would you move if you were to move higher? in a very short amount of time, I would assume you'd move to $7.54, $9.52, and that all depends on how you interact with $3. When you break above that, $7.54, $9.52 is your next designated area. And look at that, right? 61869 area up here comes in line very well with the top area whenever you moved up here on your way down, right? Moved up and then down. So makes sense to me. That's Fyro. Let's go now to, I think it was ADA. Yes. I'm going to look at the comments in a second, guys. I just want to go over this real quick. Ow. What the heck, man? Something's on me. I don't know. ADA, looking frisky as ever. It's a really nice bottom, man. I love how it's interactive. Oh no. Can you guys see me? Hello? It says disconnected, reconnecting. Looks like you guys can see me. Reconnection successful. I don't know. It said it disconnected, but whatever. We're good. We're live. I'm going to pause the music in case it's distracting. If you guys want me to unpause it, just let me know, and then I'll unpause it. But holding support at an area you've held support before, I'm sure you don't go too much lower. Weekly RSI looks phenomenal. From the relative high to the relative low, I do assume that's your low. I don't assume you're going lower. You can go lower from the current price, but you're not going to go lower than that price. I would assume you're ultimately on your way over the coming weeks, coming months, up to about 98 cents to $1.24, potentially even beyond there. If you look at that 1618, that golden extension, comes in line very well with this previous area of support, right? On a closing basis, not on a wicking basis. The wicks themselves split the 1414 and the 1272, but resistance here, closing basis supports. It makes sense that you'd probably find resistance there at the top of the expected area. You could go deeper. I mean, you absolutely could go deeper, but let's keep it grounded. 98 cents to about $1.24. You have 45 cents now. That would be the target area over the, I don't know, coming months. If not by the end of the summer, certainly by the end of the year, I think you would be up in that area. Yeah, for ADA. I'm going to go over Swiftcoin now, I believe is the next one, right? Swift C. That one, I forget who that one was for. Momo. It's for Momo. Yeah, Luman lessons. I can talk about that. You guys, I'm going to go get some water. So I am going to bring the music back. I'm going to go get some water because I don't want to have to clear my throat all the time. And then I'll be right back. So don't mind me. I'm going to play the music again. I hope it's not too loud, and I hope...
If you're finally ready to take a trip without the kids, why stay at a hotel with more kids? Get an Airbnb.
They got you with the ads, man. That sucks. That was perfect. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to pause the music again. Hey, Le Mans lessons. I will definitely come to that question in a second, okay? What's up, Pranjal Gimir? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I hope I pronounced it all right, man. Swiftcoin is the next topic of discussion. We are on Coinbase. This is not the all-time history for Swiftcoin, but hey, you know what? Maybe we should go to the all-time history. Let's go. What is it on CoinX? Is it OKX? It might be OKX. Yeah, there's that history. So if we take a line, a horizontal line, we put it at this kind of support zone that we've been at, you can see, and actually like right where we tipped, it's kind of this dominant area of resistance. And maybe it's a little bit lower, I guess. I don't know. it's still a rough like area of resistance that we've encountered in the past on a few occasions. Holding the support now, I think it looks fine. I was calling for lower prices originally. I was calling for us to go all the way down here, but just with how bullish crypto's been recently, I don't see Swiftcoin going down there. It could, but the weekly RSI looks prime for a bounce here. Daily RSI looks productive. It looks like it wants to go up. You're breaking out of this consolidation phase, like slowly, like sloping to the upside. If this were inverted, right, it looks like you're rolling over. It would look to me, that looks like you're going down. Like there's no doubt in my mind that that's going down. So that definitely makes me think this thing's going up. And what you're probably going to see is a move, inevitably, I would think, to the extended areas of about 1.11 cents to 1.47 cents. You're at half a cent now. So you've got quite the amount to grow in probably a short amount of time. I think seeing those prices by the end of this month could very well be a reality. If not by the end of this month, sometime in July. But that's Swiftcoin. I want to answer Luman's question real quick. If you're there, shout out to Luman. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. I do appreciate all of you. Wow, there's a clack in this grass. Clack. There's a crack in this glass. A clack in this grass. So what these premiums are that Ethan and I talk about. Okay, so the premiums, you're talking about the Grayscale Trust, right? We'll just do it real quick right here, okay? We'll do LTCN because I like it less. That doesn't mean it's going to do worse. It probably does better than BCHG. Who knows? But I do like BCH more, so I like BCHG more. So if we look at this blinding white screen of just burning eye sockets here, the NAV price, right? NAV stands for native asset value. So you can see here they have an amount of Litecoin per share for every 1 share of LTCN that they sell. That is backed by 0.08552626 Litecoins. That number fluctuates. Sometimes they add to it. Sometimes they take away from the trust, They put more shares out there, whatever. But it doesn't really change by too much if it does change, right? You're dealing with large quantities of money here, right? Their total assets under management for just the LTCN product is $145 million, right? So they've got $145 million worth of Litecoin is what that's saying. But this is how many shares they have of it. That amount divided by that amount gives you this. Or maybe it's this amount divided by that gives you that, whatever. I think that's how you would do it. That ratio gives you your NAV price. This is what LTCN, I feel like I'm explaining this horribly. I'm beating around the bush instead of just saying it in a short, sweet way. The NAV price is what the stock should be worth if it were priced for what it was worth based on their holdings in Litecoin, right? I hope that makes sense. This is the market price per share. So this is what the shares cost. This is what it should cost, but this is what they do cost, right? That's the premium. You deduct $27.20 from $7.15. The premium is $20.05. If you divided 27 by 7.15, you would get like I think it's actually like 3.9, right? Something like that. It's like 3.9 something. I did it the other day, so that's the only reason I know it. But that's the premium. It's a 3.9x. Premiums are why the Grayscale trusts are so enticing. It's because with the underlying asset, the price is what it is. It's the fair value, the asking value, whatever you want to call it. Technically not the fair value, but whatever. It's at the value that it's worth. These things, the reason why they reach premiums or discounts even is because of these shares. It's because of the shares outstanding. It's because of the amount of shares they have, right? These shares are separate from the underlying asset. Therefore, they trade at different prices, or they can trade at different prices. They're tied to it in theory, in your belief, right? As far as if Litecoin goes up, you would assume LTCM would go up. If Litecoin goes down, you would assume LTCM goes down. But the reason why they move differently is because these shares are traded differently. It's not tied to Litecoin. So you, the investors, you, the speculators, Grayscale's market makers, who I've looked it up, and they say they don't have market makers, I'm pretty sure, but they've got market makers, guys. They've got $145 million in assets under management just in LTCN. You telling me they're letting this float around nilly-willy? They're not going to try to guide the market? That's just BS. They might not be official market makers, but they've got people who are navigating the price, right? And then they've got you, the people who are investing in these grayscale trusts who also participate in the direction of the price as well. You guys are the ones that basically decide if it's worth a premium or a discount, right? There's less liquidity, right? There's a lot of liquidity in this thing. Don't get me wrong, right? It's a $145 million trust. There's probably a decent amount of liquidity, right? Anybody with probably any average person would be able to get in and get out with a large sum of money. But if you're dealing with like I don't know, like tens of millions or even like $1 million, that might put a solid dent, you know. But tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably not. But it's less liquidity in this than it is the underlying asset. So less liquidity, less volume, thinner order books equals easier to move the price. And that's why you get these premiums, because Litecoin goes up or it's doing bullish things or there's bullish news. The people involved with the grayscale trusts, there's less liquidity, therefore it's easier for the price to move up. It's not attached to the price. It's not an ETF. It's a separate thing, so it's easier for the price to move up. And it's literally based on the excitement or the pessimism that you or the market makers kind of give to it. Market makers, so you guys know, are not manipulators, okay? In a sense, yes, they are, but they're not. You hear the word manipulator, you think some like bad dude with a crooked smile who's trying to steal all your money. No, market makers are more like they help paint patterns on the charts. They construct things in a way that make it look like we're about to pump, or like they put in buy orders at key areas to hold as support to kind of keep the structure bullish, right? And they're not always going to do that. There are times when they layer out too, or they want to buy things at a cheaper price, so they'll navigate things down. And the market is its own thing. It'll do its own thing, you know, more or less. I guess nobody truly knows the actual inner workings of any asset, I suppose. I mean, we're getting all philosophical here. All I'm trying to say is market makers are not manipulators. They're literally just that. They're like market makers. They make the patterns, they hold the structures together. And if they weren't there, I'm sure we'd still get a lot of the patterns that we associate in technical analysis. We'd still get a lot of structures, but that's just something that they're there for. So Cordy, no problem. Huge respect. That's like Lark, man, Crypto Lark. He says it's gonna be huge. He drops the H. It's huge in American. In English, it's huge, humongous. Hi, I'm Hugh Jackman. For him, it's Hugh Jackman. It's humongous. It's huge. I don't know what accent, where in America he's from, but they say huge where he's from. Makes me think like Midwestern. I don't know. Like up in the UP. Oh yeah, up in the UP. We got a huge storm. I don't know. I don't know, man. 52 people in here. What's up, everybody? Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let me see. I'm going to go through these requests now. We're going to get back to it. I'm going to get rid of the white screen of retina burning. Let's see here. What's up? LTC for TriKings. TriKings, my friend. I meant to say hi earlier. I saw your name and I didn't say. I don't know why I didn't say hi. I got distracted with like a discussion. It was Mr. Liesel's question. That's what it was. But yes, we will look up Litecoin. We'll look up Litecoin right now for you, my man. TriKings, you're the shit. Everybody in here, you're the shit. I feel like a lot of people in Ethan's Discord and my Discord, you guys seem to like TriKings a lot. So shout out to TriKings. You got a good rep with the people, man. Unless you're actually an asshole and I just don't see it. That can happen too, right? I'm not ever watching, but we've all got a little bit of that in there, right? Litecoin looking productive. I like the daily RSI. It looks really nice. I like the direct bounce off the oversold zone. You've done that before and you got overbought. You hate being oversold, but you don't mind being overbought, do you? Love to see it. You know, you got this line right here at the 50. You spent a little bit of time below it, sure, but you spent most of your time above it, definitely. Overall, kind of bullish look, I would say. I like the higher lows. I like the fact that you're bouncing off the 40. I like the interaction that you're having with the 50. Overall, you're looking like you're moving up kind of like that, right? This next move might not take you into the overbought zone. It might. It just depends. But I would assume that it's going to propel you a little bit higher, right? Higher than these highs. So let's look at this relative low here. Relative high, I'm sorry. To low, yeah. You're probably going to move up to $94.50, $94.50 to about $98. Probably over the coming days, over the coming weeks, right? That's your next like target area. By the end of the second week of June, right? By the 14th, I think you'll be up there. Right? I would think so. 4 hour looks fine, yeah. I think you look good. You're kind of boring. You've been boring for a little while. You're waiting for that volume to come back in. We're waiting for something to ignite the markets. You can see it across all the major players, man. But Litecoin, you guys, I really have high hopes for Litecoin this cycle. When I say high hopes, I mean new all-time high hopes. I have a lot of faith that it's been consolidating for multiple cycles and it's deserving to break this egg, to break this shell, right? It's been fun while it lasted, right? Getting it while it's hot at these cheap prices. You're still at the below halfway point of a range. I always consider that if I look at a consolidation range and I measure with the fibs and you're below the 50% line, I'm like, okay. Like if I think it's going up, but I'm below halfway through the consolidation range itself, that's still a cheap price. You're still at relatively cheap prices at $83, right? I think Litecoin's going to go to anywhere from about 934 to even 2,600. Yes, it could go higher. Like no shit, it actually could go higher. I'm sorry I've been cussing so much, guys. I'm sorry. I know people have their kids watching. I need to watch it. I'm just feeling myself. I cuss all the time in my real life, man. My daughter has picked up cussing from me, but she doesn't say it right. She'll say, oh, ship. Oh, ship. And it's so cute, man. She'll, oh, ship. But she uses it appropriately. Like if she drops something or I drop something, she'll just do that. But my in-laws don't know that yet. So more reason to love the garage. Hopefully she doesn't say that while they're around. But at the same time, who cares? It'll be okay. 1 second, hold on. There we go. Okay. I was gonna say something and I got distracted. I got distracted with the oh ship, didn't I? Oh yeah, I was just saying that I cuss in the real world, but I try not to cuss on here because I know people have their kids watching sometimes. I want to respect that, you know, like. I'm not one of those people, like normally if someone tells me to watch my mouth, like it depends on the setting. Someone tells you to watch your mouth, there's kids around, you're at a nice restaurant, okay, you know, like maybe just shut up and just watch your mouth, right? Be respectful. But if you're just going about your day, you're at a sporting event, I don't know, you're just talking on the phone, minding your own business, you're in public, you know, like, and someone just doesn't like the way that you're talking, it's like F off, you know, screw off. Like you don't own me, you know. But with this, with the channel, I definitely try to not curse because I don't want my cursing to prevent people from like not letting their kids watch. I've had people tell me that they watch it with their kids and they'd like to keep watching, but if I curse, they can't. And it's like if me not cursing is what allows your kids to watch, like I will, that means something to me. So I'm going off on a whole tangent here. Litecoin, inevitably, yes, I think that's where it's going to go. I think it's going to go up there by the end of the cycle. Short-term prospects around $95, $94.50 to $98, right? Over the next like week or two. You're at 83 now, so that's my thoughts on Litecoin. Let's see. Hell yeah, Cordy. I hope it does well for you. I hope Jasmy does good. Yeah, AI is crazy, man. They look real, but not really, right? They don't look real. They're good imitations. The scary thing, MJ's Fusion, is that those AI scam ads, right, where it's like, hi, I'm Michael Saylor, and I just wanted to congratulate the community. We're so grateful for, you know, they say stuff like that. It is sophisticated, but it's not good enough. It's obvious, right? To anybody who's used the internet for a short amount of time, even, let alone people who've grown up with it, like my generation, it's very obvious. It's very, very obvious. And unfortunately, guys, a lot of these internet scams and phone scams, They do affect elderly people who are less familiar with technology. They do affect elderly, like that's just how it is. But on the bright side too, the elderly generation is becoming more adept to technology, so that stuff happens less. But it still happens, man. They're getting more sophisticated. These AIs, as unsophisticated or sophisticated as they seem now, they're going to get more sophisticated. They'll get to a point where we, as people who've grown up with this stuff, won't even be able to tell the difference. It's not there yet. I don't know how close it is, right? But it's definitely something that'll happen in our lifetimes. So I would say it's pretty close. Scammers will only get better. Security will get better too, on that note, right? There will be anti-scamming things. There will be ways that we can figure that out too. And crypto, that's why crypto is so important, you guys. These unique digital identities, these unique digital codes, programs, coins, pieces of software that can't be replicated, they can't be confiscated, they can't be just copy and pasted. They are unique to the ledger on the blockchains. That's why crypto is so important, because the world's only going to get more digital. We need this stuff to keep things secure, right? Because if the world's getting more digital, if scammers get better, we need more security. Crypto is like the best form of security. But man, I'm getting off on a whole tangent here. I need to start moving through. Jam, Rashad Williams, GeoJam. Is that a crypto? GeoJam 2 mil. GeoJam 2 mil. Probably a meme coin, right? No, it's not. Hey, there we go. I mean, maybe it's a meme coin, but you're on KuCoin. I meant to say Dex coin, not meme coin. It's because that's what Dexes are used for. Yeah, I think you're about to move up. I think you are. I mean, you might move down from here, but I definitely think that you want to go higher. You want to break out of this oddly shaped consolidation zone. I don't know what to draw, so I'm just going to draw this. High to low, broke above your 618, love to see it. Holding above your 618, love to see that as well. Yeah, you're moving up to 0.00678 to 1 cent, man. That's your target area. I wouldn't be surprised if you moved up more. You're going to break out soon, man. Yeah, over the coming days, over the coming weeks, you're going to move toward a cent. I think so. You could genuinely go even to like 2.6 cents, 1.5 cents. There's definitely a possibility for that and beyond. Looking good. Yeah, you probably do move up. It's worth $2 million. It's a $2 million market cap. It's on KuCoin, which is nice. It's on Binance, yeah. Binance US. It's on Binance US. Americans can buy it. Bittrex is, that's not the wrong one, but Bittrex is no longer with us. Screen of whiteness, man. GeoJam. Nope. Rashad Williams, you said 2 million market cap. It's like $18 million market cap. Is that the right one? Jam. Tune.fm. That one's 2 million. That's not GeoJam, bro. That one's 2 million. What's let's see, Jam on MEXC. Yeah, that looks the opposite, right? It looks kind of bad. A lot of volume down here, though, on the bright side. There's a little bit of constructiveness in that. I don't know. It's a low-cap coin. Don't go crazy with it, but if you want to put money in and invest, it's probably at a good time to invest, yeah. Probably not a bad time to DCA. I don't think if you go lower, I don't think you're going to go too much lower, but I actually don't think that you're going to go lower from here. But I don't know. You said GeoJam, and then you said the one that was 2 mil, so... that's not GeoJam. Tune FM is the one that's 2 mil. Gari Network. Once. Disclosure Crypto. You want me to check it once? Well, okay. I was going to check it twice. Like Santa Claus, man. But I guess not. Just once at your request, okay? Gari. I feel like I need to say that with like some kind of zest, like Gary. I don't know, like a Boston accent. It's my buddy. I can't do a Boston. I can do a bunch of different accents, guys, but I can't do a Boston accent. I can say like, I'm going to the bar. Like, you know, like that's the best I got. I can do a lot of accents though. I'm not going to do that here. I've made a fool of myself a little bit on this stream already, so we're not going to continue with that. But 618 support, I like what you're doing here. Finding support at a previous area here. You kind of have a somewhat inverse head and shoulders look to you. I wouldn't call it that. It's way too ugly to be that. This guy has something wrong with his skeletal structure if this is an inverse head and shoulders, but it looks good. It looks like you've probably found a low. Probably aren't going to move lower. I really do like that you are at your 618. You tipped it and you're holding this area week after week. It looks nice. Weekly RSI, it's not the best looking, to be completely fair, but that's okay. It's a new project, so we'll give it to it. Daily RSI looks better. Yes, neutral, but with a bullish effect to it for sure. I do think you're going to move higher. And where you're going to go from here, let's just take this high to that low. Actually, I suppose we can use that if we're showing respect on the 618. We're probably going to move up to about 3.25 cents. You're at 2.26 cents now, so a little bit up and then down. A little bit up and then down. When I say down, I don't mean like down. I just mean a little bit up and then down and then probably a little bit up again, right? Something like that. Probably moving up to 3.25 cents. Yes, you're at 2.2 cents now. And I do think it'll go higher, but I mean, at the same time, I don't know. I don't know enough about this, but I would assume it's a crypto. We're in the crypto bull market. You will probably see prices beyond this accumulation range here, right? It's just a matter of time. I have a theory, guys, and we'll see if it plays out to be right, because it's one of two things are going to be right. And my theory is that this summer is going to be phenomenal for crypto, where generally summer is not the best for crypto as a whole. There's some coins always that do well, they run away. But I think there's so many coins that look just like this. They've been accumulating, right? There's plenty of coins that have been doing well already this bull cycle. They're on their path already, but there's so many that have been accumulating. They're ready to pop. I think this summer is going to provide an ignition across the board for a lot of different cryptos. But that remains to be seen. If it's not this summer, then I would assume, probably safely the end of this year to early next year. That'll be a nice window as well. But I have a lot of hopes, right? And it's June. We're in summertime, baby. I think June's summer, right? I think it is. June, July, August. Those are the summer months. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. Anyways, that's Gary. Let's talk about the next one. If BTC didn't have a double top last cycle, theoretically, where do you think it would have topped out at? If you have time, humor me with that thought. Chris Moores, I actually had a thought last cycle that we could have seen 300K, but that was like my highest price. I was like, I had a bet with a friend and I said $1,000 for each day of the year. 365K was my like max price target, but I was actually looking more into like 200K for Bitcoin. It was like 200 and something. That made more sense to me. Even after I made that bet, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that was probably a little bit high, but I'll go over the reasons why, right? So if we type in BTC USD on the index, all-time history index here, do this real quick. I do this every time. From the high to the low, first cycle high to low, your next cycle high was right above the 2272. We take that same idea, you go to this cycle high here, to the cycle low. The next cycle high was at the 2272. So I assumed that from this cycle high to this cycle low, we were going to go to the 2272, which is actually at about 200K, right? I looked at the 2618 and I'm like, we might go there because we do go just a little bit above the 2272 each time, but I think that was a little bit overzealous. I think that was a bit, that was definitely a high prediction. I think we'll see those prices this cycle. I think we will break 300K this cycle, but 200K. To answer your question, I think what he's asking, in case it seems just like mundane, what he's suggesting or what he's asking by this is like, I feel like we got robbed last cycle, right? We had a double top. It's the only cycle we got a double top. If this wasn't a double top, what would we have seen? I think it would have been something more like this, right? Perhaps we wouldn't have consolidated so much like this. Perhaps it would have just been more like that up. I don't know. But at any rate, you know what's kind of crazy? This is something that we don't talk about because the bear cycle's over, right? But we didn't really start moving up till there. So 21 months. High here to the low. We didn't really start moving up until there, so 15 months. Then high to low, we didn't start moving up till there, 13 months. This is a really short bear cycle, you guys. Very short. However you want to cut it, right? We can take this first high or first low back here. That's still 14 months. This is a very short bear cycle. We had a very lackluster bull cycle, so that's kind of how it should be. The crazier, more dramatic you move, the more you have to correct. Normally, you don't have to, but normally that's how it happens. We had a very anticlimactic bear cycle. Right? It dropped a dramatic amount. You know, anybody would have been scared to go from 69K all the way down to 15K, 16K. It was a very short amount of time that we were in this bear cycle, so. We have a lot of people are saying that means this cycle is going to end sooner. I think it's going to end around the same time as most cycles. I think it's going to end a year to a year and a half after the halving event, right? Which is in April, the end of April. So a year to a year and a half out from there is when I think the cycle is going to end. I think this shorter bear cycle, all that is it gives us more room to run. It gives us more time to continue to climb. I don't see it as we're going to have a shorter bull cycle. I see it as we're going to have a longer bull cycle. And that's also kind of a trend, right? Each bull cycle's gotten longer as time's gone on. But I'm going to move on from there. Hold on. Oh, there we go. A little bit. Oh, there we go. That was a good one. I can't see now, but we're just going to roll with it. Chris Moores, let's see. Okay, so that was you that asked that. Okay. I hope that answered your question. If not, just explain, and I'll try to explain. Huge respecto, Cordy. I think that's it, yeah. Nobody else has writ a comment since Lumon's questions. So we're going to talk about XCN for Rashad Williams. Then we'll talk about a couple other ones, maybe for T. Carter. And then we're going to wrap this bad boy up. XCN doing what it does, man. Just being boring, moving sideways. Looking good, though. I think it totally looks fine. This next move up, I do anticipate to happen any week now, any day now. Let's see, from this high here to the time that we started moving again, it took 9 weeks. Well, from the previous high to where we are now, we're on our 12th week. I think any day now, any week now, we're going to move up. I think it really does depend on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I think those charts look bullish like very immediately. So I think it is going to be really any day now, any week now, we're going to see this thing move up. I keep flipping between time frames, but from the relative high, let's do this one, right? From the relative high to low, you went up to your 1272. Okay, cool. Relative high to low, 1272 would be at about 0.006. We're at about 0.002 right now. So that's a nice little 2x, 3x. That's 3x, yeah. And that would probably happen in a very short amount of time, right? Each time we've moved up from like the point that we really started to move, which I would say is like there, the 6th of November, to here, the 4th of December, that took a month. Here we started to move up. It was the 5th of February until the 11th of March. So again, about a month. Maybe by the beginning of July, we will be at about 6 cents. Sorry, 0.6 cents to 0.85 cents. Somewhere in that range. As far as what do we do until we get there? Well, we're going to move sideways. Probably for the next day or 2 or 3, maybe the next week or 2. But when we do finally break out, it's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be phenomenal. What the next area to watch would be 0.00233. When we break above that, we can look forward to 0.003 to 0.0032. And then when we get above that, really we can start looking forward to extensions. Technically, we'd have to wait for the 886 to break, but still, generally when we're above the 618, I look for those extensions to happen. So that's kind of the roadmap if there were to be a roadmap. I don't know if I have anything else Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Blue Zell. I did miss Blue Zell. Yeah, Big Ben. I'm sorry, bro. I did. I don't have my notepad with me, guys. I'm trying. I messed up. Let's see. Blue Zell. We can talk about Silo Matt for sure. Take a look at Compound. Yeah, no problem. Hey, BBL, don't be sorry. I appreciate you, bro. You're normally first on the mana updates, right? Was it mana or what's the one? I think it is mana. That's the coin. I like mana a lot, man. Every time I talk about mana, I'm like, I don't give it the love that I need to. Oh, what's up, Dr. Mike? How you doing? Yeah, we'll talk about PMTS, BCH Dragon Rider Gang, Andrew Pazapong. You know, bro. Please live peer. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Why you advise me so bad? Yamaha RD. What do you mean? What did I advise so bad? I advise everybody, man. Okay, every single person that I talk to, it's all 100% financial advice, completely free, and just financial. No, it's not. None of it's financial advice, by the way. I hope everybody understands what a joke is, even if it's not funny, right? If it's not funny, it's still a joke. It's just a bad joke, right? That's all that is. Dude, I think it's honestly, Dr. Mike, I think it's headed higher than that even, but more immediately, sure. We're going to look at Blue Zell. We'll work our way down to PMTS, I promise. Yamaha, what do you mean by I advise you so bad? I'm curious, man. I'm curious. I don't know if that's like a joke or if that's like a... You're like, yeah, you advised me so bad. I don't know what you mean by that, right? I'm curious. I'm curious. Not Coinbase. I want it on Binance, yes. Let's see, we're at 24.6 cents. Man, this thing is just dropping, isn't it? I love to see it because I did make a purchase on pajamas more recently, right? And I said that in my pajamas video and in other videos like a week ago when I did that. Might have been less than a week ago. I forget how long it's been. It might have been a week ago. But it's hard. It's hard for me to decide what I should buy, right? There's a lot of coins that I have interest in. There's coins that I've already invested in that I want to buy more of. Blue Zell's making it easy. It's making it easy to think, hey, I want to put some money in here because 24.6 cents, that's pretty cheap. With the way it looks and with how much you've interacted with your 382 throughout this whole range, I kind of would expect that you are moving down to just below 20 cents. You might have one flash crash down and then move up. It might, like, if you don't have buy orders set down there, you're going to miss it. You know, it's one of those things. It might just flash crash and then rip. It might not go down. Every time I call for Blue Zell to go down, I feel like it goes up instead. But just based off this fib, I would expect a 19-cent price to hit. And normally I would expect that you go a little bit through it. But with Blue Zell, you actually have been respecting the 382 very well. So it might go exactly to about 19.1, 19.09 cents, somewhere around there. Let's look at the RSI, weekly RSI. Getting there, man. Yeah, this would imply that you go down lower too, but you're actually near an area that you've found support. You haven't quite gotten into the oversold zone any of these times, right? You haven't even been in the oversold zone since 2020. Could you get there now? Maybe. Maybe. Either way, you're close. I wouldn't assume that you do. I would assume you find your low somewhere soon, just a little bit lower, but that would send you down. You're at 24.6 cents now. I think going to 19 cents isn't that much. Right, it's nothing crazy. Let's see. If anybody's wondering why I keep muting my mic, I'm like clearing my throat doing that, but trying to like get it good. I don't want it to be loud on the mic there. Yeah, daily RSI looks pretty weak. That looks pretty bad, man. Yeah, Blue Zell's going down, guys. Going down. That's great. If you wait like a week or 2 weeks, I think Blue Zell will be below 20 cents. Yeah, we're going down. I wasn't confident of it, but I'm looking at that daily RSI. I need to go grab my bib, man. It's time to eat, guys. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. I just think we have a little bit more to go. So that's Blue Zell. Let's see. What's up, Starfleet Command? How you doing? Live long and prosper. Bitcoin Cash next 2 years is better. 80K. Yeah. Hey, Danny, maybe. Honestly, bro. Maybe. Silo for Matt Arnold. Yeah. Oh, wait, Compound. I'm sorry. We're going to do Silo after Compound. And then we're going to do Bitcoin Cash. Compound for Chris, because that's the order that they were requested in, actually. Compound. Moving up. It's found its higher low, and it's going to move up now, so we're probably going to go above the screen line. This could be the time we get into the overbought zone. This could be the time that we break out of this consolidation, yes, to the upside. And if we do, then I think we can play off of this overall fib range here from the top to the bottom. Yeah, I would assume we're moving up right now to $74 to $79. When we break this area, we're looking for $94. And when we break that area, boom, looking for 130, 177, and genuinely, guys, I think we're going to go up to like at least $230 or $300. So this is happening soon. I think maybe by July we're going to be up above $200, above $300. Potentially by the end of this month we could be above $100 again. But I think for right now we're just moving sideways. You might see a nice little move up to about $74 to $79 in like the next week or two, but moving sideways being boring for the most part, right? That's what Compound does. Inevitably, I do think Compound has a bright future. I think that it will do very well this cycle. I think it's got a lot of growth to go. It's at $59 right now from an all-time high to an all-time low perspective. The minimum price target would be $2,500. It's worth $59 now. $2,500 by the end of the cycle, and that is the minimum target. I do think an $8,800, $8,900, even a $9,000 price is achievable. If you look at Compound. The reason why I'm going into so much detail on this one is because this is one that I personally hold, and I hold a decent amount of. That's not me shilling projects that I'm holding to get people in so that I can sell on them. That's because I genuinely have faith that this thing is going to do well, is why I'm even talking about it, right? But you guys are big boys and big girls. You can make your own decisions, do your own research, come to a conclusion if it's right for you. But let's call it a $405 million market cap. 405, okay? $1 million market cap. From the current price to the minimum, let's go to the maximum, the 1618, 8,800. As crazy as that sounds, okay? That is a 157x from the current price. That's what that is. It's a 157x from the current price. So, Google calculator, 157.5 times, was it 405? Yeah, 405 million, right? It's actually 404.5, but we're going to say 405 million. Now, these are millions. Every 1,000 is going to be worth 1 billion, okay? So enter. That would be $63,787. That is a $63 billion market cap, right, based on the millions. $63 billion is a huge accomplishment, right? Most cryptos don't see that, but it is something that we could see. It is something we've seen from this kind of market cap grow to that kind of market cap in one cycle. We have seen that, and not just once, but like several times throughout crypto's history, right? Compound could absolutely achieve that, especially if it gains traction, especially if it does well for itself this cycle. If not, maybe it only does a 46x or a 45x, whatever. Boohoo! That's still phenomenal. I'm still excited for it. I think it'll do well either way. So. This is one, I think it's been a bit boring. It's been a bit laggard, but I think in time, as quickly as it moved down, it'll move even faster to the upside. People are like, man, it's too late in the cycle. Compound's forsaken, man. There's no hope for it. It needed to make moves sooner. Well, if we take from the high here to the low, right, the first low, that's 13 bars. We can even do the second low, okay? I would assume. Let's just see. That's 25 bars. Well, if we take that from the low to the end, that put us in July of 2025, right? 25 bars, right, to move all the way down there. We've hit the high. We could absolutely do that. I mean, we haven't moved up as much. Maybe from here. I don't know. That maybe not that so much, but really the bulk of this move down happened in 13 months. So 13 months even from now puts us in July of next year. I project the cycle is going to be done midway or later in the year next year. I actually think it's going to be October, so that we still have plenty of time left to make this move all the way back to all-time highs and beyond, I think. But time will tell. Anyways, that's Compound. Let's see. We're going to go over Silo and then BCH. I need to plug this bad boy in. Yeah. So we get here, man. Let's see. Silo, BCH, and then PMTS. Silo on KuCoin. Looking like it wants to move up. Oh, I might have spoken too soon, actually. Maybe you do. I don't and I do like the daily RSI. I don't and I do. What I mean by I do is it kind of looks productive overall, but really what you have is a higher high here with a lower high, and that's not a good look. Yes, it's a higher high on a tipping basis, but on a closing basis, it's a lower high. Lower high, volume coming in, but you're not doing anything with it. That's not a good look. Let's assume you are moving higher. You're at 0.001845. I'm looking for a move around 0.00265 to 0.0022. Somewhere in that range. Probably to the first one, the 0.00265 is what I'm thinking you'd move to, but time will tell. The 4-hour looks fine. The daily RSI looks fine. I don't like the price action though, but time will tell. I have a feeling it is going to move up because even though yes, this is a lower high in combination with your higher high, maybe that sends you down for the time being. Maybe you move down here, you form a higher low or something. But this move down has a nice curve to it, right? So that to me actually does look good. But that's my thoughts on Silo. You probably move down for the time being. You probably do move down. Yep. 00184, maybe you move down to like 0017, and then you move up, something like that. Target area, again, 00265 is what I'm thinking. Silo. We're going to talk about Bitcoin Cash and then PMTS for Dr. Mike. Bitcoin Cash sitting at about 462. Yesterday we closed at 457, moved down a little bit. Daily RSI still looks fine. We still are holding this 40 area as support. That's okay. You know, I mean, we did this before. We climbed, and then we had a little pivot, and then we went up. The red day yesterday was not a big deal because it was only like a 1% to the downside, so I don't think that's a big deal at all. The 4-hour RSI, it's not strong, but it does look like it's wound up and ready to go. So time will tell. We'll see how it goes, but I think that we are moving up higher. I would expect that by the end of this week, we could be all the way back around $500. If not beyond that. I would love it. If we get back above $500, guys, things are going to get exciting, but hopefully by the end of this week we're there. I would expect that we're at least above 477 by the end of this week, but I think that $500 or beyond is a good kind of goal. Let's call it a goal. When we break above 500, we're looking for prices up in the $600 area, just below, just above. And then when we break above that, we're looking for new highs based on the cycle. So up toward like $800, $1,000, you know, stuff like that. So excitement waits. We're at this higher low. I think we're about to get to another, you know, as small as this looks, this was exciting when it was happening. I think we're about to have another one of those. I just don't think that we're about to have one of these, right? That might happen later this month, but not right now is what I'm thinking, or maybe even next month. We're going to talk about PMTS. I hope that answers your question. Shout out to the House of the Dragon and all the Dragon Riders out there. PMTS, this one's for Dr. Mike and the boys. Yes, a hell of a dump to finish last week, right? 6% to the downside. Dr. Mike is bullish as hell on this thing, man. He's saying it's going to $40. I'm saying it's going higher. I think that it will go higher than $40. I don't think that it's going there right now. I mean, I think soon enough. I think right now you go a little bit lower. You're probably going to go, I think you go below $25 before you go above $40. But man, if you hit 40, Dr. Mike, you're at $39.67 here. That's your like line in the sand to break. If you break above that, you're not stopping at 40 At least not in my mind. You're going to go up to 65. You're going to go up to $102, somewhere in that range. And that $102 being your golden extension and the psychological area of $100, you're at $26 now. That genuinely could happen by the end of the year if you keep making good strides, right? If you see some volume come in, if excitement is there, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Maybe I need to bring that fib back. Yeah, because what you did was you interacted with the 61869 zone. Again, oftentimes you don't tip the 618. It's common to do that. You can tip any of these fibs perfectly. It happens. But oftentimes with the 618, you go a little bit into it, actually, a little bit past it. And most of the time you don't go past the 6.9. That's why specifically the 6.9's there. But also often when you reject this area, as you have, it's very common to go back to your 0.5, bounce there, go back to your 382, bounce there, right? So those numbers would take you down to about $24.20 to about $20.70. So you're at $26 now. I would assume, like most phases of consolidation, right? We can look at this for what it is. You're moving up. You see how fast you moved up here, right? It looks from October until like March, you were just moving up nonstop. It was a nice line. But you had phases of consolidation that lasted longer than a month. You had 4 weeks of consolidation here that lasted. I mean, really, even 5 weeks you weren't above this high. We could be below this high, below this price, this recent high at about 29.32 for this whole month of June. We really could. It could be a couple weeks, but I would assume at least, however long it takes, that we are going to go down to that $24.20 to $20 area. But I would think it's going to be multiple weeks. I think we generally take the elevator up, but we take the stairs down, right? Elevator up, stairs down, right? And then when you're in a bear cycle, it's the opposite. It's elevator down, stairs up. It's slower. I don't know. So that's my thoughts on PMTS. Probably moving down for now, and then we'll talk about prices that are going higher. I do think you'll interact with that 40 area. You probably do find resistance there. But I think inevitably you will break it and go to higher prices. I'm probably going to end the video soon, you guys, so we're going to do a couple more and then call it there. Live peer for EK. Yes. Hit that like button, you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody for being here. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't go live all the time, but I do make TA videos every damn day. Looking good on your weekly RSI, man. It's very nice. I don't like the rejection off this area, but I think you're still fine. You could even come down a little bit and still be fine. I mean, yeah, you could move down. You're at 21.22. You could go all the way down to $18.21. You could literally drop $3 from here and still be fine. I don't know if you will, but you could. The daily RSI looks like it's rolling over a little bit, but you've got lower lows with not lower. I don't know. I think you do. I think you're going to go down to about 18.21, find support there, and then move up. That's my thoughts. And where are you going to move up to after you find your bounce? $37, $53, somewhere in that zone. But 21.22 now, calling for 18.20. See you down there. That's LPT. Let's see. Noah's laughing. I'm glad he's having a good time. Clean Spark update. Yeah, we got some Clean Spark. Let's do that. CLSK. Clean Spark here. Yeah, I think as far as Clean Spark goes, guys, it's done moving lower. It could move down, right? It's done it every time before. You get this little tip here. This from the bottom when you moved up. Your weekly closing high, you found support on that multiple times. You take that same idea to this weekly closing high, the relative high here, and yet again, you found support on it before moving higher. It is completely possible that you could move down to about that level, down to 1189. I'm not calling for that anymore, though. I don't think it's going to happen. It could happen. I accept that it could. I have been calling for the majority of this range, but I've let that go recently, last week actually, and I think that we are going to start to move up. I don't think that we're going to move down. I think we found the low. And the next target area based off this high to low would be about $29 to $35 and potentially beyond that. You really could move to 41, 52, something like that. There are other price areas, up at that 1886 area. This is a relatively small range based off these other ones, right? So I think I do think that you would at least hit $35 personally. I think you would go above that, but 41 to 53 are absolute targets that you could consider. And that probably happens over the next 2 months. All right, you look at CleanSpark, how fast it moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks up. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks up, 6, 7, 8 weeks to find the actual high. Here you started moving up really 1, 2 weeks you found a relative high, and then later you moved up again. But it moves up pretty quickly. So when you do start to move up, which I would assume would be any day now, any week now. It could be next week. If not, sometime this month, I think you'll start moving up. Within a month's time, if not 2 months' time, you will find your high. And I think that high will be above $35, but below $53. You're at $16 now. So the summer should be good for miners, I think. Not just CleanSpark, but for miners too. Casper, the friendly ghost. Casper Labs. CSPR reminds me of CRISPR. Yeah, I think you found a low. You're in this accumulation phase. You're at the low point. You're going to move up soon. You're working your way up now to about 4.2 to 4.4 cents. You're at 2.98 cents. So you're working your way up over the days, over the weeks. Maybe by the end of this month you'll be up there, but I don't know. It's slow. It's not that impressive. I'm not too excited with this. I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't seem like anybody's excited with this. It's a very boring kind of price action. Even like the high, it's at 6 cents. Low's at 2.6. It's a decent range, but I don't know. I'm not too enthralled with this thing. I think when it does move up, it'll be exciting, but will it move up is the question, right? For now, I don't like it, but it probably does move up, to be completely fair. Probably does over the days and weeks. I feel confident in that. I'm going to do 2 more, you guys, and then I got to go. I do got to go. You must be muted. EK, you're not muted, bro. Luna Classic for the party boy. Yeah, we can do that. Fanta, I don't have a 9 to 5. I mean, I do. There are some jobs that I do. I do more like odd jobs, like handyman stuff and manual labor. Like if it comes to that, kind of like I just take jobs as they come. Like I'm kind of like a freelancer as far as that goes. But I do this. This is where I make a decent bit of cash. Yes, I definitely make more money doing this. Maybe not week to week, day to day, but month to month, year to year. This is where the money's made. That's for sure. But anyways, let's see. Let's get into this. I did have a full-time job a year ago, and I actually cut back time on that. And recently, I've kind of actually been like freelancing work and then just mitigating with this. Honestly. What was it? I'm sorry. I was looking. Lunacy. That's what Party Boy wanted. I'm only doing this one and then one more, guys, because I have to go, unfortunately. Lunacy probably found its low. It's probably moving up to 3013, 3003, somewhere around there. Sorry, not 3003. My bad. 3013 is what I meant to say. High to low, 30s155, 30s17. You're at 30s11 now. Probably moving up there. I like the lower low, holding that there. That's fine. Yeah, daily RSI looks good. You're holding above your 382. 61869 is your next target. 30s155 to 30s171. That's Lunacy. And Brett looks like it'll be the last one. Yeah, Blue Zell is seeking young Eldor, but it's okay. It'll come back, man. Andrew was a punk. Did I not talk about Bitcoin Cash? I talked about Bitcoin Cash. I talked about it already. I hope you saw that. I did talk about it. Thoughts are it's moving up, hopefully above 500 by the end of this week. That's the thoughts. No, I'm not into PMTS yet, Dr. Mike Burry. I might. I've been considering it because I am pretty confident it'll move up, but I might wait till it pulls back before I get in and then buy some options is my kind of thought with a little bit of money. Because I've got some money on the side, but I'd rather stay away from derivatives and leverages and margin trades if I can, right? Or options, anything like that. I'd rather stay away from that kind of stuff and just own the underlying asset itself. And with crypto, I feel like I can see better gains. The only reason I do that stuff is to make more money in less time, right? Or more money in the same amount of time. But I don't know. Maybe we'll just use Dex Screener. But with PMTS, I do actually really like the chart, so I might do that. I'll let you know if I do, though. I'll let it be known. I will say I don't have a problem with saying that. High to low here, 1272 hit. Looking like you're going to move down to about 8.44 cents. You're at 9 cents now, so not that much lower. Potentially down to 7.3 cents. Brett's looking like it's on the move up, but for now it's probably moving down, yes. I think that you'll hold 7.28 to that 8.4 cent area. I think that will hold, and I think you'll move up higher to about 18 cents. Yeah, I think that's where you'll top off. But yeah, that's all I got. If you guys liked the live stream, if you enjoyed the video, if you had fun, I really do appreciate all of you for being here. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. God bless you, EK. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys very much. Bitfarms, real quick. Thank you for the TA videos. We'll do Bitfarms because that's the only one left, right? So we'll just do that real quick for Alim Asar. I've always said Alim Asar, but it's Alim Asar. Okay. Bitfarms. I think Bitfarms is going to move up. You know what I heard, guys? Tone Vase, for anybody that knows who Tone Vase is. If not, whatever. It's okay. He's somewhat of a popular figure in crypto. He has friends that work for Bitfarms, right? He has colleagues, people that he knows and he talks to regularly that work for Bitfarms. He hinted, and he even said the words that they might be going through an acquisition. Now, he said that that's not, he doesn't know if it's true, right? Like it could be a talks. Sometimes these things happen. They're just talks, and then it falls through. There's no acquisition, whatever, but there is talks of an acquisition, and he actually said that. So I'm taking that kind of seriously because he has people on the inside who work there, and so he's that's a little bit of insider knowledge that he's providing kind of for free. I heard that in a live stream that he did, and there's only like 200 people watching, so it's not like something that a lot of people know, but there might be an acquisition for Bitfarms, and that might cause prices to go up. All in all, I do think that it is moving up. I think it's on its way up to $5.06, $7. It's at $2.24 now. That'll happen over the months to come, right? Maybe by the end of summer, maybe sometime in the fall, but $5 to $7, I do think it's on its way up there. In the more immediate term, $2.73 to $2.92, that seems like a more achievable target over the weeks to come, but who knows? This could happen sometime by the end of summer, but we'll see. We'll see. It could be just like that, but $5 to $7 is where I think it's going. And with that, I leave you. So hit that like button, you guys, one last time. I'll see you on the next one.